Hey there, dreamer. JG here, and this week's video is extra special because it comes straight from my Arise and Align course. This is a key piece of alignment with God, and I believe that it is going to meet you exactly where you're at. So buckle up, Buttercup. It's about to get good. So let's talk about what it looks like to not quit. Y'all know that I talk about this all the time, that the two hardest days are the day that you start and the day that you want to quit. Most of us are so focused on the day that we start that we forget about what do we do on the day that we want to quit, right? Think about anytime you've gone to set a new goal and you're like, you know what? I'm going to start on the 15th. That's a great day. And no, you know what? That ends on a Thursday. That's weird. I'm going to start Friday. I'm going to start on a Friday. That's the best day. You're like, no. Friday's the 26th. That's a weird day. I'm going to start on the 1st. I'll start on the 1st of the month. That's the best day. Right? No, I like Mondays better. We literally, we have this idea around start dates that are funny in our brains. But the irony in this is that for the world, generally the population, we have this start date that we set most of our New Year's resolutions or goals on January 1st. We even have, right? It's going to be dry January. Like, why do I have to wait till January for it to be dry? But we pick a day and we go, okay, I'm going to set a New Year's resolution and this is going to be my year. And so even in right now, right? Maybe it's in November or December or January. Like I'm going to start in January. I'm going to start a New Year's resolution. But did you know that actually New Year's resolutions aren't really a thing anymore? That the average American doesn't set New Year's resolutions anymore. 36%. 36% of Americans set New Year's resolutions. It's a horrible statistic. It's like such a low number. Like, what is everybody else doing? Sleeping. Everybody else is sleeping. That's what they're doing. So 36% of Americans actually will set a New Year's resolution. Of that percentage, 23% of that will quit in the first week. That's how important that goal was to them. So of the low percentage that is starting, there's a 23% that will actually quit within the first week, and then 43% will quit within the first month. Of that remaining percentage, 9% will actually hit their goals, achieve their dreams. It's such a low number that it has got me thinking, why? And for all of us, we would probably say the same thing. Like there's so many things that we've started. New Year's comes and we start, right? Friday comes and we start, the 15th and we start. But I think what's happening is that either number one, I actually don't have a dream that's bigger than my life to live for. But number two, I don't actually understand what I'm supposed to do on the hard days. And so today we're going to talk about what does it mean to not quit. Now, in order to do this, you have to understand that there's three things that are going to be important for you to wrap your head around. Number one is that in order to not quit, you do have to have a dream that's bigger than your life to live for. Bottom line. Most people, this is where they get it wrong, is that they pick a dream that they like the idea. How many of us have ever done that? Like, I like the idea of being a country singer. Guys, I would be Carrie Underwood in another lifetime. Or how many of us go, well, I like the idea of a farm. I like the idea of having more money. I like the idea of doing a push-up. But do I actually want to do one? Or do I just like the idea of it? If we aren't anchored into a dream that's bigger than this life to live for, it won't actually motivate us. But the trouble with this is that when we go to create the dreams, right? And many of us have even done vision boards. How many of us have done a vision board? You're like, yep, done that, been there, right? Or we have a list of all the things that we want to do. And in the moment, it makes us feel good. In the moment, we're like, yep, I'm going to lose the 30 pounds. I'm going to start the business. It's going to be my year that I live present. I got these books that I'm going to pick out. And we're like really feeling good about it. We're like ordering the tennis shoes that we're going to wear at the gym. We're like we're buying the bands that we're going to use in our garage. Like we're doing all of these things and we feel good about it. And then the day comes that we're like, oh, I got to stretch the bands. I mean, I got to tie my shoelaces. That mean I actually have to, I want to farm. That means I have to feed the chickens. It's for another day. But you guys, I bought a farm and I was like, I have to feed the chickens and the cows. I don't want to do that. I like my Pinterest does not look like this. My Pinterest chickens do not need me to feed them. They feed themselves. Well, I don't want a farm. I liked the idea of a farm because Pinterest made it look good. And so what happens is we set a lot of our goals because it's going to look good. But if you look what the Bible says in Romans 12:2, it says, "For the joy set before him." So, but what Jesus is saying, because what we know, even in that scripture, as we continue on, before the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne. But the piece of that I want us to focus on, it says, "For the joy set before him." Jesus had a dream, and that dream was you. And it was a dream big enough not only to live for, it was a dream big enough to die for. It was for the joy set before him that he did what he did. He was anchored to something bigger than him. But equal to that, he also knew number 2, which is hard is not bad. Hard is not bad. So when we look at Romans 12:2, for the joy set before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame, and he sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. I think what Jesus understood is that he had a dream. He was anchored into something bigger than him to live for, so much so that he would die for it. But then he knew something that most of us don't know in this process, is that hard isn't bad. And for most of us, we immediately say, ooh, if this is hard, I must be doing the wrong thing. If this is hard, I must be in the wrong lane. If this is hard, I bought the wrong tennis shoes. If this is hard, I'm building the wrong business. If this is hard, something's wrong with my marriage. And so immediately we think that we're doing something wrong, as opposed to going, wait a minute, hard isn't bad. Think about that right now. Think about the thing that you're wanting to quit. Why do you want to quit it? It's because it's hard and it's uncomfortable. And it's requiring you to lean in, and it's requiring you to do a little bit more, and it's requiring you to become someone that you've never been. It's requiring you to learn something you've never learned. It's taking you out of your comfort zone, and it's putting you into this land of uncomfortability. And what we have to understand is that's not a bad thing. Even Jesus said, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace, because in this world you will have trouble. But take heart, I have overcome the world." I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble. The idea here is he's trying to paint this picture of, we don't live in heaven yet. We live from heaven's realities, but our reality is that in this life you're going to have trouble. In this life you're going to have setbacks. It's par for the course. That even includes your morning meditations. This isn't just, oh, the economy is shifting, or my business isn't working, or my marriage is falling apart. This isn't just even those things. This is talking about just the reality that there's going to be even troubles in as simple as picking up my dream journal and having the gumption to do it again, even when I don't want to. But for some of us, we're letting ourselves off the hook. And so the point number 3 is that you have to prepare to not quit, because you're going to want to quit. All good things. we have a propensity as people to do that. We like to start really great things, and then we just quit really good things. And for some of us, it has just even worked so well, right? You're going to be at this part in this process in 66 days, right? In 99 days, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this works so well. I think I'm just going to stop doing it. I've got this mastered. I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to go to church anymore. I don't need to eat healthy anymore. I don't need to run anymore. Wow, I got this. No, you don't got this. You only got it when you got it. And so the idea here is we have to prepare to not quit. And here's the truth. Quitting will not get you to where you want to be faster. So even in those moments that you're like, no, JJ, I actually want to quit. It makes more logical sense to quit. This is hard. This is emotional. But quitting won't get you to where you want to be faster. So part of what you're going to have to ask yourselves in these moments is, what do I want now versus what do I want most? This is where you'll anchor in. This is where you'll anchor in. Why? Because the Galatians 6:9 tells us, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So the question we need to be asking ourselves in those moments of hard times is not, am I doing something wrong? Or where is God in the midst of this? Or what if I'm not doing it the right way? And is there something that I'm missing? And immediately we go to the tactics But what if it's just a little bit less about the tactics and more around your mindset and heart set around the hard? And what if a simple question to ask yourself is, okay, I can quit. I'm allowed to quit. But is it going to get me to where I want to be? And so you're going to simply pause and you're going to ask yourself, what do I want now? And what do I want most? Now, I want to sleep in. Now, I don't want to do the push up. Now, I want to eat the burger. Now, I want to avoid the hard conversation. What I want now is instant gratification. What I want most is a morning routine that rocks my world. I want a smoking hot body. I want to be healthy. I want to have mental clarity. I want to be connected in my marriage. I want to build a business. Okay. Then you're going to have to decide to not quit when that moment comes. Now, before that moment comes, the idea here is that we want to have a plan. So before that moment comes, my question to you is, what will you do when that day comes? Because it will. What will you do the morning that you're ready to push the snooze button? What will you do the morning that your thoughts get the best of you? What will you do when you wake up and you're just in that bad mood and you're like, I don't even want to do this. I don't like this idea. What will you do on the day that you want to quit? You need to have a plan. Will you put your alarm on the other side of the room to where you have to get up out of bed and actually move your body to get that thing to turn off? Will you phone a friend? Right? Will you find someone to go, hey, you up? For me, I know this sounds crazy, but when I started, I decided that I would actually start to do the one thing that I'd never done in my life, and that was allow my community in at the process. So I started posting on social media. And I would post a quote that was going to be my anchor quote the minute I got out of bed in the morning. And I was going to actually post the time that I was going to get up in the morning. And it wasn't accountability to the rest of my social media followers or my friends, because they don't really care if JG's getting up every single day. But I knew that if I was going to start doing this, that I couldn't preach something that I wasn't willing to practice. And so behind the scenes, month in and month out, I made a commitment that I wouldn't just do it for me, but that I would do it for my family and I would do it for social media. Here's the truth. I didn't care about social media. It was not about social media. But what it was about was my commitment to doing what I said I was going to do. And every single day, I will get up and I will post a quote and I will post the time with it that showcases I am here to arise and align. And that was the commitment that I made to myself. And I knew that the minute that I made that commitment, that I would be the only one who knew if I would follow through. And that mattered more to me. And I know this sounds crazy, but the days that I don't want to get out of bed, and the days that I want to hit the snooze button, and the days that my negative Nancy pops up, and the days that I wake up in a pouty mood are still the days that I move through it and I find my phone and I have just the courage to go, I can do this, and I will arise and I will align. And it served me every single step of the way. This is what it means to prepare to not quit. So my question to you is, what are you going to do to prepare to not quit? Well, there, dreamer, if this video resonated with you, I hope you know it was not by accident. And I want to encourage you that your next step is waiting. By clicking on the link below, you can join me for the Arise and Align experience of a lifetime. It will change the game. Ask me how I know. Plus, if not you, who? And if not now, when? Also, go ahead and subscribe, and share this video with one person who needs it most. Let's make this world a better place, one aligned person at a time.